Hey guys, how's it going? Jason Station here, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit more of a classic Demacia deck that I think a lot of people are seeing a lot more on ladder, and this is Akshan Sivir. This has always been like a really strong deck, mostly relegated to tournament status where people like to play it in a lot of these like Demacia rally lineups. But as we approach again this more mid-range meta, you get to see this kind of deck come back out again because it's just so powerful in what it does. Especially with Sivir, the Sivir being one of the most unique sort of champions when leveled up. It grants attacking allies your keywords, which the base stats are quick attack and spell shield. Already very, very powerful, granting your whole board quick attack, just being able to trade down your opponent's board with a swing and then rally afterwards to have a take advantage of their empty board state. But what makes it really probably like a step above a lot of just like the regular mid-range decks is the Akshan landmark. Not even Akshan himself. Akshan, of course, just being a 2-mana 2/2 quick attacker is very good and all, but the fact that he has the Warlord's Palace as well as the Warlord's Horde to grant extra value, and you guys just know the power of cards like the Relics and things like that. But the ability to grant yourself a little bit of extra value in but when you use all of your combat tricks, you get closer to that card draw, you get closer to the horde, which allows you to just have some really devastating board swing effects, granting your opponent's board vulnerable, giving yourself a free unit, drawing 2 cards, things like that. Are all very strong in this sort of situation where you're basically getting for free so long as you either play out an auction or a veteran vagabond just for the landmark. The overall goal of the deck is to just make use of cards like Merciless Hunter, as well as your quick attackers, Auction plus Sivir, or having the Treasure Seeker give you the Waking Sands, to just generally weather down your opponent's board and work towards that Sivir level up. You have plenty of cards like Shapestone, the Sharp Sights, Single Combat, the Absolvers, the Concerted Strikes, as ways of not only keeping ahead in tempo, but also working towards your Auction level up. And when either of your champions level up, you get access to Absolver, which is one of the best finishers in this deck. If you can attach the Absolver to Sivir, which gives Sivir Overwhelm, which then gives the whole board Overwhelm, that is often a very good way of ending the game, especially when paired with a rally as well. I think one of the more interesting additions to this deck right now that I think is actually doing pretty cool is Cithria the Bold. Originally, this deck topped out at 5 drops. Maybe it was playing 2 Radiant Guardians, but with less aggro in the meta, you don't really need Radiant Guardians, and Cithria is sort of just like this really big powerhouse. It's just very solid as a 6-mana 6/6 when you approach the late game. Having a good body is very good, but you also gotta give your units fearsome with Cithria, and of course with Sivir as a sort of result of that. And that stat buff plus the fearsome is able to act as a sort of like a pseudo absolver, or in the same sense that a lot of other decks don't really have the fearsome blockers, or that extra +1/+1 allows you to just trade down your opponent's board a little bit better. Just so powerful. Against any Bandle City deck, sit there just completely annihilates their board states. Um, Not even annihilates their board state, it just means that they just can't block, and then you just win the game. It's a very powerful finisher in the same way that Absolver is, but just as a body and as a big stat stick in this sort of mid-range meta as well. This deck overall is relatively skill expressive, I would say, out of most mid-range decks. It does have a lot going into it. When to like play your Brightsteel Protectors, when to go in for like the Shape Zones, when you want to rally, when you want to curve out, things like that, and when you want to bank mana. But the core of it is still just this very, very solid mid-range Demacia deck. You have cards like the Sergeant, you have the cards like Petricide Broadwing, just very good tools to control the early game, snowball into the board advantage, and then you can play like a 4 Demacia, you can level Sivir and then have like an Absolver rally turn, or you can just end the deck with Cithria the Bolt. So the deck overall is very, very solid. It does quite well. It's probably one of the bigger Demacia decks, relatively speaking, with the only bigger deck than it being like the Pantheon deck. So any deck smaller than the Sivir Auction, that's a Demacia midrange deck or has a rally deck, is susceptible to like folding to these strategies, which I think positions it quite well. Also having the advantage of being good into darkness is just a huge plus overall. So the deck is very solid. I think it's doing very, very well on ladder as well. So enjoy the games and let me know what you guys think about it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next one. I will be planning on making a masterclass in the coming days, so look out for that as well. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out, and take care. Ooh, bigger Demacia. This one might be tough. Really hard to beat up the decks that just goes slightly bigger, right? I don't mind like keeping a combat trick here, but I really need to find Akshan, very least, or like Sivir. Sivir Concerted Strike is kind of how you can get back into it, but you can maybe punish like a Saga Seeker potentially. Ooh, interesting. I kinda wish I had the Shape Stone now, but So on turn 2, there's like not much you can play here that blocks Akshan, unless he top decks like a Saga Seeker. He doesn't, we sort of gotta just roll ahead. Yeah, Chain Vest me, buddy, you won't. Chain Vest me, you won't. We don't play around the Chain Vest. Let's go. I need blocked, it's kind of bizarre. He wants like Yuumi it and Zenith Blade it potentially. If he does that, I can just Shapestone into it, and that's fine. Okay, fair enough. Needs to get his Pantheon going, right? Oh, but he already got it this turn? Okay, that's fair. Single combat's a little bit of a concern. I have a second Akshan, it's not the biggest deal. If I can hold around for this for like the grappling hook, that's pretty good. What is my next turn? I don't really want to like open Merciless, but this doesn't really do anything either. So I can just like open Waking Sands next turn, see what's up. Once I go for like a single combat, considering keeping up mana there, I suppose. It's kind of tough, because even the Merciless line isn't like, or the Waking Sands line isn't that good at all. It's kind of hard to say for sure. I could just like swing. I don't love it. I don't really want to play anything, I suppose. Keep up Concerted Strike, keep it Sharp Sight, see what happens. Okay. I think this is a little bit slower than I maybe would like to, but I want to be reactive enough to deal with like a Pantheon if he has it. Interesting. I could Concerted Strike that. He still draws a Zenith Blade, so maybe we'll just let that slide. It is only just a goat, and that's totally fine. Sivir draws fabulous. It's like we'll have Sharp Sight plus like Grappling Hook or Concerted Strike potentially, and that's like just totally fine. I don't get to block this really. I don't really need to either. If he's unable to go wide, then we're really able to punish him, right? He doesn't have faded units, and he doesn't have other units. He's definitely very far behind, relatively speaking, which is very good, right? Like, we're so wide here that we're just, if we top deck a rally here, it's basically just over. Yeah, he's gemming his goat just for the Pantheon procs. Really unfortunate. Because, so we know his hand has 0 units, right? I think you'd play Bright Seal at this point. So his hand is just a combination of like spells and interaction cards, like a single combat. Yeah. I'll take this. I'll threaten it. It forces out a response from him, so it's totally fine. It's like his hand is just interaction plus combat tricks, right? And if we force him out on a turn where he already used a card, then I guess it's alright. Sure. Then we can just go like double Waking Sands potentially. Waking Sands Concerted Strike. We have plenty of options here. Ooh, and a single. You know, like Merciless single. There's so many things we can do here. And we still know he has... Okay, he drew a unit, unfortunately. I do want to Concerted Strike it. I'm gonna do something interesting. So I'm gonna do this and I can Concerted Strike it. shouldn't block here because he only has one way to kill something, and then Sivir will still strike it, and then Pantheon is guaranteed to die here no matter what. So like even if he like single combats my Akshan, this still pops a barrier, and then Sivir kills, right? I think if you wanted to block with Pantheon there, you needed to block something that wasn't exactly Sivir. I suppose blocking anywhere just didn't really matter, I guess. And like this goat's not doing him any favors. It's not that good for him. And here, ideally just find like Rally or something like that. Concerted Strike is good. I do have one already. I'll take a Shaped. Shaped activates like my grappling hook and gives me a little bit extra reach with the Concerted as well. I don't really need any more cards in my hand. Like I have enough pressure, I have enough units. Okay, so he's gonna level this and we have Concerted, I suppose. We can do this now so he can't gem. Because then he gets Spell Shield on the roll. So I want to make sure he can't like just gem and get a free sort of roll at it. Now he's forced like Hail Cascade, single combat. Well, he can't single, but... Oh. There you go. So it's kind of interesting to consider before like anything. Because like, yeah, he would have gemmed and he would have tapped under one less mana. But then like he could have rolled Spell Shield. And it's kind of interesting decision point there. But you saw in that position where he just didn't draw Saga Seeker, didn't draw White Flame. And without those cards against like pretty much any mid-range deck, you just don't have enough pressure for... not pressure, but just like board presence, right? The mirror. Okay. Can we find Akshan? Sip. Versus is really good, but I don't think it's good as Akshan. Akshan is just so much more important. None of those are Akshan. Merciless back. He has his own Akshan, it's gonna be a little bit tough. It's not... Oh. Oh, we're good at the game. Because now we can just Merciless into it, right? We could have like shape block and just like asked if he had the shape. But if he had the shape stone there, we would have just lost. So probably an unnecessary risk. Right. He is getting a lot more rocks on his Akshan, unfortunately. My Akshan dies here, that's actually really awkward. And I don't know if I want to sink a Concerted Strike here either. I want to see what he pulls with. And that'll give me a little bit more info. I'll fight for this. At best, I get like a Sharp Side out. At worst, I get like a Shape Stone out. Shape. Like I was maybe supposed to Concerted that. It's close, but I think I should have. I was maybe in a position where I had a Concerted Strike that. Oh, another Akshan. If I play Bruiser, it makes me vulnerable to buffs, makes me vulnerable to Concerted Strike. I don't mind if he Concerted's my Bruiser. If he has like another Bright Steel, is gonna play it anyways. Maybe I could have went after the Akshan and tried to kill it. But maybe I can get a pass out of him too. Okay. I can Sharp Sight here, which is unfortunate. Okay. Can't attack with Sivir here because of Sharp Sight threat. Oh wow, he didn't level his Akshan. Really? Interesting. That makes me want to think he doesn't have like a Sharp Sight or like a Shape Stone. Cause like I feel like you could have just got the free auction level there. But maybe that's not what he had in mind or wanted to do. I think health here would be good. Not health. We still have the we still have the concerted strike, so it's not that bad. Ideally, our Sivir doesn't die there. I was really hoping to find like tough or plus. Oh, interesting. Second Sivir changes everything. Because we can let the Sivir die now and replay a second one. What is this song? Interesting. Oh, interesting. So I'll get a concerted strike if I want to. I don't mind taking a little bit of damage here. I can just go like Ox on Sivir and that's totally fine. Like I'll let him take a swing, trade down these two, and then I'll just replay Ox on Sivir out. Or do I? I would love to save one of these. I can take 11, it's totally fine. I can let the Sivir die and replay it. The issue is, I have Absolver, but I can't Absolver Rally next turn, unfortunately. The timing is just like slightly off, and it's a little bit awkward. Like if something was leveled here, it'd just be really good. I can't level Sivir with the concerted. I'm gonna save this. Or at least forces out a response that I don't actually think he has. Maybe it's like a single combat. Because like I feel like if he had a buff card here, he would have used it on the auction to level the landmark. Yeah, he didn't have it. Okay. Good read from us. Very, very decent read. That was a cool read, honestly. I like that one. Just to make sure we don't like randomly lose like a rally. Perfect. Ooh. That's really good. Next time we can like Sivir rally as well. We have a lot of good options. If he wants like 4 Demacia rally, you'll see. Depends on how he orders it. I can always just concerted strike as well. And if he just goes for a rally, you do have the challenger here, which is really nice. And then we have concert. Ooh, okay. Lovely. Sivir levels. Unfortunately, Sivir doesn't quite level at the right place. Not that this matters. So I could play this, and then it changes the math, and I can attack with this at the end. Which is whether or not I want to keep Concerted Strike up this turn. And if he has a rally, I think I do. Okay. This turn could have been one lot differently. I could have just played the Bright Steel onto like here maybe, and then I attack with these 3, and then this levels. Or they put the Bright Steel onto Sivir, attack with these 3, and then this got Spell Shield plus quick attack plus barrier, right? So maybe this line was just too passive, and I could have just went a little bit more aggressively here. But when I'm thinking about what these last 2 cards are, it's like Rally, it's like Concerted Strike potentially. They top decks a Sivir, which is definitely not the best, because we're in a little bit of trouble. Not gonna lie. Like, we're sort of endangered to like a... Oh, we just rally this turn, don't we? Never mind, we just rally this turn. Okay. So like, I was gonna say we're endangered to like a... We still rally this turn. This is kind of awkward because we don't pop his barrier the way I want to. It's like, if we rally, he just pulls this way. He pulls here. This one's kind of tough. It's like, I feel like he has Concerted Strike. But I do need to block Sivir. Ugh, this one's kind of rough. It's like, this way, he... I don't think this was correct. I think, I don't know. I think I was supposed to rally here. I still have like a double concerted, but if he has like a concert of his own, I guess he needs double concert as well, and you can't do that. So I can just simply just double concerted Sivir. If he goes for like this, I can just double concerted, I suppose. It's not pretty. If he goes for this, he can't absolve her, and maybe I just concerted this instead. Oh, interesting. I think he's not able to play for Demacia this turn. I don't... So, like, he'd have to have single plus inserted. Down to 2 cards. It's tough. I think we have to go for this. We'll get another Sivir out of here. Like, he needs to have exactly double concert or single plus concerted, right? And that's not easy. Oh wow, just a... I guess I lost Absolver as well, right? It's tough. I don't know. I think I messed up last turn, and this is sort of just like the, this is sort of just the, this one, I don't know, doesn't feel that great. We have the rally, we just want a unit, right? Let's get a 5/5 back. Oh, it's a Sivir. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. I should have drew. I forgot it was Sivir. I thought it was gonna be a... that's really bad. I thought it was gonna be the other card. That's on me. Oh, but that's really good. I really thought it was gonna be the Bruiser, but I totally forgot. When did Sivir die? When did a level Sivir die? Didn't my Sivir die when it was unleveled? So why would it give me leveled Sivir? I'm so confused. I'm pretty sure that's generally not how that interaction works, but what do I know? I don't know. I feel like this doesn't work like this usually. It's like for harrowing, it doesn't do that, right? Maybe it does. You have Concerted Strike, you can't do anything about it. Oh, well, you got greedy there. Slightly. Yeah. I don't feel that great about this game, unfortunately. I think it should have went a little bit better. Yo, Infinite Patrons, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. I saw you streaming earlier. Hope that went well. Or was that earlier today or was that yesterday? Either way. Yeah, this hand, though. Kind of poo-poo. We'll do this just to give it barrier and then we can single combat if we need to use it. Let's play this, we'll just rip a single, I suppose. He's down his last card, and even if it's sharp side, it doesn't work. Gotcha, buddy. So, like, he commits this, we single combat, and we smack him around a bit. Comes down to his last card. What if his last card is like Sivir? I need to know what his last card is here. We still beat Sivir because we just ricochet into single. Alright, and then we have lethal with the Ricochet. So even if he has a unit here, I only need one of the Ricochet hits to hit face. We got it, we got it. Ah, it's over. It's all over, man. I mean, so like either this dies or he dies. Fair enough. Ah, unlucky. Ugh. Damn. The chump blocker. Turn 4 play? Is this the best turn 4 play we have? To like thin out his board? I think I'd rather just like 1 and 2 drop. Not really the case. This like prize to like Boon Baboon. Like if he goes Boon Baboon, Draven, discard Axe, we're not doing so hot. Except for the fact that we finally drew a 1-drop. Let's go. Ooh, Oro. That's really good because that's a target for our Petricide. Really happy played that because at least we have an attack next turn. We don't have a blocker for this yet, but by the turn that this comes around, we have plenty. And you can't kill the Petricide right now either, right? So I gotta kill his Poro and push 2 damage. Nice. Ballistic Bomb. Okay. One thing I'm like extremely worried about is like a... One thing I'm like really worried about is like a Whirling Death. I do want to kill the Draven too, because second Draven becomes Whirling Death, and Whirling Death with Rumble is going to be extremely punishing. This activates my Shaped. I don't need Shape for attack though. This doesn't block either though, anyways. Like I'll just trade this off for that. Have a sharp sight so ambush shenanigans are off the table, at least for now. I'll just play you and see what's up. I'll block Draven with the 2-1 just to save my health total. Okay. And then my next turn, I could just like Merciless the Ballistic Bot. I can't really pass into like a Rumble. Okay, just trying to level Draven, fair enough. How much priority do I put into removing this Ballistic Bot? Is it enough to like commit a Merciless? I can't really deal with a Rumble unless I Merciless it. I can play this and he can't really... He can play Rumble but he can't block with it. I don't get to kill his Ballistic Bot, but maybe that's not that big of a deal. I still get a Shapestone as well, so I'm protected against a few things. It's actually really awkward going after the Draven here, because... I guess it's not awkward. If he goes for a Mystic Shot, I just don't Shapestone it. If this had 3 health, it'd become really awkward, because that's just like a really easy avenue for him to level Draven, which is like really interesting. Like he could just like Mystic Shot this, put it down to 1 health, and then go for an Axe to level it. And I wouldn't be able to stop it. Kind of interesting how Formidable works like that. There's the Rumble. Oh wait, discard his Axe. Okay. And he's very limited on how much mana he has as well. And we know, you know, 3 of his cards. So, like, we're in a pretty decent position. Axe is, like, an extra card, but not the biggest of deals. We have ways of stopping an ambush. And then if he has, like, a Might, I guess. Merciless. Okay, if we survive to next turn, I think we just win. He plays this, we can Sharp Sight block the Rumble. Oh wow, he's letting a Sharp Sight block the Rumble. That's so big. That's so huge. What the heck? I think oh, he has an Axe. Never mind. What am I saying? Oh, but then I can I can like double buff. So this goes to 6, this Axe, and then Shaped. Seems good. And if he doesn't attack with Rumble, I can just Merciless it next turn. I think my Merciless play might give him too much information. But if he's scared to attack with Rumble, I think the outcome is all the same. Now, of course, unless he's playing like Vision or some like peculiar card, we'll block here for like Mystic Shot purposes. It's like if he has like a Get Excited, rather than use Get Excited when I challenge this way next turn. I guess I'm challenging the Waking Sands, huh? I think he left himself up too little mana to bluff like a combat trick. Like, me being able to profitably block Rumble there is not good for him. Not good at all. I do want to kill that though. On stack. Curious. Yo, Smith Carroll, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Awesome. That's good to hear. I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. So these cards are likely burn cards, right? You can't play 2 of these out on 1 turn, so not terribly fussed quite yet. We're running low on units, and that's a little bit of an issue. Alright. I might just like concert it this turn. He doesn't attack, that's fine. I'll just like shape send into next turn to draw a card. Sivir's leveled. Interesting. So I can like Sharp Sight Concerted if I wanted to. I do need to use 1 style if I want to block. I don't lose to Get Excited, and then I have the response to a Whirling, so I can actually make this play. Because I don't lose to anything here. And then I just draw a card here. I have a good... this is like a good way to spend my mana. Sivir. We play this, he plays that. We have a standoff. It's alright. It's alright. It's value in a moment where you need the value. Just need like high impact cards now. If we draw like our top ends, we'll be fine. We're also representing lethal with Sivir plus this plus shape. It doesn't block properly, of course. Yo, little Barmus, how you doing, man? It's going chill. We started a little bit later. We had like some work to do. But oh, is that better? I mean, that has to be better, right? Is it better? Has to be better, right? I'm a little bit vulnerable to like killing this and then playing this. Like, you guys get excited and then plays this. It's fine. It's like being shaped and just forced into block, you know, that's okay. Yeah. We got off work a little bit later, but... And I didn't stream yesterday because like something came up, so it's good to be streaming again, at least this week. Gotta make a habit out of it before I just like, you know, before I fall into like too much of a lull and not stream when I, you know, say I should be streaming. But it's going good. How you doing, man? How's your Thursday evening going along? I think he's considering trying to kill this turn. I know these cards are most likely burn cards. So like, they could be like Decimates. If it's a Mystic, I'll take the shape. This Mystic is so good. If this was like Get Excited, I'd be a little bit scared. Because then again, like Get Excited into the Twin Blade is a little bit awkward. But this is really good. Double Mystic? Wow. He got so greedy! Oh my god. Oh my lord. Yeah, he got... he got greeted there. That was so greedy from his perspective. Holy moly. Wow. And now that he's dumped all his burn, we can like tank some damage, right? We'll just play Sivir, we can block one of these, we can block Ballistic Bot. And all of a sudden his attack is just not as threatening anymore. And then even when I go down to like 8 health, he just doesn't have the burn anymore because I'm potentially killing him next turn. Ooh, that's Pog. That's pretty poggers. It's like he'd have to like axe this, play this, gives us priority. They can play a good blocker. He does get to like pump his Ballistic Bot to a point where I'd have to trade it off. Side is kind of bizarre. We don't have the easiest way of getting through. Yeah. But like, we can take 9 damage, that's totally fine. Ooh, okay. Alright, we'll just for Demacia and take 8 damage. Especially if he's like positioned to play this. Okay, now our units can block and we trade down boards. And then we have Ricochet lethal, right? Yeah, we still have Ricochet lethal next turn. Most likely. Ooh, I wonder if it's correct for him to not attack at all. Probably not. Like, if I draw another unit, he's gonna be really sad. Oh, but attacking does nothing either. This is a... you love to be in this position. This position feels so nice. Because now he's forced to block, and then we have Ricochet. Even if you get excited, we're in the same position, right? It sucks that if you get excited, he actually gets a discard here. But he's used so much burn that it's unlikely he has another get excited. Oh, it's Rumble. Rumble dies here. Nice. We just roll the... Oh, Ricochet is perfect lethal. Nice, because 3 health plus 2 health. Oh, but I never figured out if Ricochet can overkill, like on a unit. I think the answer was yes, but I still never found out if that's actually the case. Okay, well, I don't know if that proved or didn't prove our theory, but it did kill him at least. Oh, still D1. Them again. Akshan? Please? Please? Hey, let's go. With the... Oh! Wait, this hand's kind of bonkers. I'm tempted to just like double play Akshan here. Oh, 2 in a row? Pog? Oh, it's a... Wow, it's just a Mystic Shot too. Kinda greedy. I guess if you had like a flock, it's whatever. Nice block. It's really nice that this just blocks. Do you think Fiora could come, or is she still too weak? I think there's almost a place for Fiora. There's like a specific deck that Fiora could do okay into. Like, I know What Am I was testing Fiora in what I believe to be Pantheon decks, and he said it was alright, so maybe. So he needs Mystic Shot plus Thermo Beam to kill this. Having used 1 Mystic Shot already, that seems a little bit less likely, so we'll just go for this. Yep. I don't know. I haven't played around with it, so it's hard to say. But definitely with the new cards, the Shield of Durant, the Durant, not Architect, but the... Ooh, that's rough. The Durant... Protege? Architect? Not the Architect. Sculptor. The Sculptor card. There are some like interesting support cards that sort of fit into that shell. Good play by opponent here. One of my Tilty's losing all his games. Oh no. What if we just Ricochet? We could Sharp Sight the Caitlyn. Seems alright. Caitlyn surviving is kind of annoying. This whole situation is kind of annoying. Just a double House Spider just really stinks. Is he playing on ladder or is he playing in the... Oh, I guess there is no Nightly Runeterra. Oh, Floppy Mudkip, what's up, pal? Hope your stream went well. I can play this since like a rally. This beats a little bit too hard. Okay, what's this turn looking like? What's my punish? Tri-beam, potentially? He's played 1, 2, that's it. So his Tri-beam's at 3. Tri-beam's here, I can Sharp Sight. So I can play this, but I can't Sharp Sight Rally. So I can swing in first. And then I can play this Rally. It seems kind of unintuitive. But then I lock myself out of Sharp Sight. It's also really bad. We jam this. It's not even that good. Like playing this is... It's not vulnerable to Tri-beam either. If we can lose Sivir. We can always just lose Sivir in combat. Ah, whatever. Heck it. Getting to uptrade a few things would be nice. Punish is like second Arachnoid Sentry. Maybe like a Mystic Block Beam on Sivir. Ooh, no, not the Sivir, please. What? Lucky. Let's see. Order. So 6 plus 6 plus 3. I don't level here regardless. I can pull here. Seems good. This worked out pretty well. I can't save my like Akshan from a flock. I can't save either of my units from a flock, so I don't know if it mattered at all. Oh, really? It's really good. I wish I could have like rallied this turn, but oh, now I can save Sivir from a flock. Spell Shield is just Spell Shield, huh? Spell Shield is such a good keyword. I'm surprised they have it like, I don't know. Spell Shield is just such an interesting thing. Like, he's gonna open attack. He wants to set up like a Tri-beam, right? But he can't develop and then play Tri-beam because he just doesn't have board space. I don't know if he wanted to play that House Spider. His Tri-beam's only at 4 as well, right? It's kind of awkward for him. Like, he could go like Peacemaker plus Tri-beam. Okay. I have the Sharp Sights, I don't really mind. What if I rally here instead? Start applying pressure onto him. Like, I can still Sharp Sight. Honestly, seems like a decent rally. Because he needs ping plus shaped, right? Or not shaped, but he needs scorched. Block's not enough. Because now he needs a third blocked. And now I get a block Ezreal as well, which is kind of funny. He had another flock, he would have just killed Sivir, right? Oh, that's so passive. Oh my god. I would just slam Ezreal. You just slam Ezreal. You're telling me too much. You give me too much info, brother. You just slam Ezreal, dude. Always in with Ezreal. Oh, he's chickening out. The fool. The actual fool. He flocks my Akshan, that's whatever, I suppose. Wait, he has no fearsome blockers. Hold up. Hold the phone. Yeah, that looks like lethal, buddy. You just didn't get this like Tri-beam turn off fast enough, I suppose. Alright, that's enough Demacia. That's enough Demacia for now.